What's up, friends? My name is Cheryl and I am a self-proclaimed lazy and busy mom. Lazy because I don't have time to spend hours in the kitchen making a Gordon Ramsay inspired dinner. So if you're like me and don't have time, then this video is definitely for you. So I scoured the interwebs and I found 3 Mediterranean diet inspired dinner recipes. So what I found was a stuffed portobello mushroom, a lemon and herb fish with a side of roasted vegetables, and a deconstructed ratatouille on polenta, which I got the recipe from The Domestic Geek, and I'll link that one down below in the description box. So if those recipes sound good to you, then let's get started. First up is this quinoa and vegetable stuffed portobello mushrooms. You can eat it like a meal, like I did, or as a side dish, whatever floats your boat. I start by cleaning and removing the inside of the mushrooms. Then I work on the marinade. 2 tablespoons of avocado oil, 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar, 1 tablespoon of lime juice, half teaspoon of smoked paprika, and half teaspoon of salt. Then I start to paint the mushrooms with the marinade and put them to the side while I chop the veggies for the filling. I add 1 tablespoon of oil to the pan, then I toss in 1 sweet potato, 1 red bell pepper, and give it a good mixy mix. I put on the lid and let it sit for about 5 minutes or so. Then I add some more seasonings, salt, pepper, paprika, give it a good stir, put the lid back on, and let it cook another 5 minutes, or until the potatoes are fork tender. Next up, we cook the mushrooms, 2 minutes aside, 1 minute without the lid, and the next minute with the lid. Then you flip it over and repeat that process. Once the mushrooms were done, it's time to finish the filling. To the sweet potatoes and red bell pepper, I added 1 cup of cooked quinoa, half cup of black beans, season more with salt and pepper, give it a good stir, and start to stuff the mushrooms. Once the mushrooms were filled, pop it in the oven 400 degrees for about 5 minutes until heated through. And boom, there goes the dynamite. There we have it, beautiful stuffed mushrooms packed full of protein with a side of chimichurri sauce for dipping. Amazeballs. So the second dish is a lemon and herb flavored fish that I steamed in one of those tinfoil pouches, and roasted veggies to go along with. Classic Mediterranean meal. I prep the fish by coating it in olive oil, sprinkling on some salt, pepper, parsley, and squeezing over some lemon. You can add the slices if you'd like. Wrap it up best you can so it doesn't leak, and I did this 2 more times. As for the vegetables, I used half pound of Brussels sprouts, 2 carrots cut into sticks, half a red onion quartered, then seasoned it with olive oil, salt, pepper, garlic powder, gave it all a good toss, arranged it on my sheet pan, put it in the oven 400 degrees for 35 minutes. Look at those sexy veggies. The carrots are super sweet, as were the onions. This dinner was definitely low carb, but full of flavor. If you like this video so far, I created what I ate as a vegetarian for 1 full week. Yes, I was a little bit of a chatty Cathy in the beginning, so just skip that part and go to the recipes, because there are some really great recipes for lunch and dinner. I have 1 more dinner for you, and that's the deconstructed ratatouille on polenta. I've never had polenta before. The texture was kind of like a cream of wheat, but it gelled together really quick. So nonetheless, it was good. I start off with 1 eggplant, 1 yellow squash, or any squash you want, zucchini's fine, a yellow bell pepper, again it was on sale, red onion, some cloves of garlic, and cherry tomatoes cut in half. Toss those onto a sheet pan, drizzled over about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, sprinkled on salt and pepper, and added some fresh thyme. Give them a good mix up, and then pop it into a 400 degree oven for about 35 minutes, or again until everything is soft. To make the polenta, bring to a boil 4 cups of vegetable stock, add in 1 cup of cornmeal with a teaspoon of thyme. Give it a good stir and reduce to low heat. I eventually switched over to a whisk because it was very clumpy and you had to stir it often. Once the vegetables were done roasting, I drizzled over some balsamic vinegar and served it up. There you have it, friends. A mountain of vegetables piled high on top of polenta. It was great. Even Ava liked it. I hope you give these recipes a chance and comment 1, 2, or 3 below so I know which recipe you are going to be making tonight. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.